Internet. So I shared this video to Patreon a year ago and now I'm sharing it here because it's been there for a year. And you know, if you watch this and you feel like supporting me, definitely come over. It's just $5 a month, US. Yeah, so I start this off being like, man, I need some sort of, because I'd spoken to like a business coach and I was like, okay, I want some sort of introductory offer on my website. This is where it starts. Okay, so I'm trying to make a discount for people, up to $100 off postage for their first order if they sign up to my newsletter. And I'm like, this is a really hard thing to do, but I want to show you this email. Okay, so I thought I was pretty straightforward. The guy, I emailed the support and I was like, hey, does your plugin do this? Because I've installed like 10 plugins and it's really hard to find. He goes, oh, well, if you plug it in. And I was like, well, I'm avoiding doing that. And then this is a sentence of what I'm trying to do. And he replies with, it does something else. It's free plugin, so it comes with limited support. So this guy just does not want to email whatsoever. On the other hand, here I'll show you this other plugin. This guy is so helpful. Actually going to install it in his plugin and then let me know when it's there, which is fucking awesome. Oh, and I know the guy, he was emphasizing how it's free. I don't mind buying a plugin. Just I don't understand why it has to be a subscription, so I don't see the value in that. So I'm not opting in for a subscription. I'm fine with buying just one off. The internet sucks. People on there are dickheads with nothing better to do. And I asked how to code, and then they literally like they showed me them searching it on Google, and I was like, fuck with. How do I manually create a postage discount? And then that didn't really answer it, but I did learn about this functions part that I can get into, and then I was like, explain what coding I can use, and it starts whipping out this coding, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, I can ask it something specific. Alright, I've got some vague answers, like some pretty specific vague answers. Now I'm like, okay, write out the code, just make it real simple for me. Oh, this is cool. Nope, it answered the question, only apply if they are logged in, so I have to learn how to make people log in. Wait, creating a custom function and modifying files can cause issues. Good to know. According to chat, what's its name? It's got a name. Chat? GTP. I don't know. If it was written somewhere, I'd know. I can edit the source code, or I can create my own plugin. So here I am, learning how to create my own plugin. This is the kind of shit no one teaches you, but I'm pretty sure no one teaches you how to make a plugin anyway. Are you sure you want to add? Yes. This guy, he explained that if you don't put an extra folder, then hackers can easily access it. Okay, I did that wrong. It's not a folder. It is a folder in this program this guy's using. I didn't want to download a program because I have like no space on my computer. Okay. Seems legit. Okay, I can't tell if that's like if it's got my initials on purpose, like get started with Vanessa Stefanova's code, or if that's like a thing they're doing. Okay, so the video started ending after I was writing this, and I was trying to figure out why I was writing it. I figured it out. But then I just realized this is one of, I think I've got this right, so it doesn't take long to figure out. But then you come here and it's like 2.5 hours, and I'm like, 45 minutes, 55 minutes, an hour and 10. Where does this come from? Is this more detailed? This was such a good idea to learn how to do it myself. Like, this guy, you're not just learning how to do a plugin, you're learning about the security. Oh, here we go, basic security. Yeah, so it makes me wonder, I can just go to the back end of my website and then download my plugins and then see if they're security saved and stuff. That's not the right word. So I've got my coding and I've followed the instructions, and Mum just happens to be like a web developer professor, something like that. So I'm just gonna send her a screenshot in the video with a time stamp and ask her if I did it right. I'm a bit stuck, so he types in class and I'm like, wait a second, there's no class in my coding over here. So I'm like looking up what is PHP class. When reading about PHP class, they're like, we're gonna assume you know what a PHP function is. And I'm like, no, I don't know what a PHP function is. So I came here, and maybe I should just read all of these. Maybe I just need to know. I could learn, like I am learning, but then I thought I'm just gonna ask the chat to write it for me, and then I'll check it in a bit. So it turns out I'm late to the party, and people are already using ChatGPT for coding, so I just didn't have anyone to tell me that. Well, this is step by step. This looks easy. Okay. That was like so easy. I'll learn more about these in a bit. But pretty much it's just tick boxes. Like I didn't even need a blog for this. It's just Benova.com. Small. Add to cart. How do I log in? Oh, returning customer. Okay, I need to make this more obvious. What happens if I click on it? Ooh, ooh. Okay, that's nice and obvious. How do I keep this open? I went in the back end of my website and it's a short code. So now I have to go find where that short code is controlled. Pretty much saying you go to edit the page and all you see is a short code and you can't find where to edit the short code. So long story short, step 1, use a plugin. Alright. Showed mum the code and got feedback and she looked at it and she's like, kinda looks like Java. And I'm like, I didn't know there was like a Java and a PHP, but I knew, like, to be honest, outside of the world, I thought that PHP was just like a script for your website. Mouse the robot for it in PHP. It still looks the same, so we'll see what mum thinks. In the meantime, so the project is pretty much split into 2. So I need to create a login, but once they're logged in, that's how the discount's gonna work. Okay, this guy is mostly speaking Indian, but I'm up for this. I'm ready to learn.
Login/sign up pop-up.
See /, that's not an Indian word.
Login sign up pop-up inline form plus
Questionable.
files.
Let's take a look. You know what? I think I hate pop-up forms. Like, that's the #1 reason I leave a website. So, okay, I'm gonna spend some time just shuffling through these. I'll let you know when I've picked one. I'm not a fan of adding too many plugins in my website. I don't want it to be a bad website. So, you know, minimize the amount of plugins, I reckon, is the best idea. So instead, I found a page that's going to tell me how to create. Oh, I could have just asked ChatGPT. I had to restore my entire computer because, like, now I have 100 gigs, which means I lost the page about the plugin shortcut. Alright, this is all that I had to do, and it was already in my website. Oh, I want to put it like, I want to put this here. Oh, that looks ugly. Ooh, that looks... Future me popping in here. So that's the end of this video, and what happened was I entirely pivoted and I was looking for the other video that I did after this to share today, but then I realized, like, oh, this is the prequel. So once I figured out how to do the login form, it was just sitting badly. I didn't like the look and feel of it for my website. I just felt like as I kept the WordPress website, it felt like the quality was going down. I didn't like how the plugins like clash with each other, and I have worked with HTML before, and now like that I know more about coding, I know that it's so basic. But this is where my thought process was. I was like, well, when I do the HTML coding, I know that it turns out the same every single time. Like there is no, I'm winning a battle with this other plugin. So I ditched that idea, and I have a few website building videos coming up after this, but I'm just going to pepper them in between the other videos. And sorry, I just I thought about that, like, are those my initials? That is so funny. Check it out. This is how far I've come so far. So this is all coding and it's an SPA. Very fun project. So check it out. And then you click. Oh, this was an accident. I just find that so funny. Yep. I'm very excited for this to go live. I'm not ready yet at all. Oh, there's just one final thing I want to add before I end this video. So I'm editing the video, and this one and the next website video, I did this thing before I learnt that This is not actually a beard shadow. I'm not actually growing a beard. I just want to comment that. It's because I'm standing there and I'm trying to catch the lighting from that window and my hand is in the way. So that's what's going on there, guys. It's got my initials on purpose. Like, get started with Vanessa Stefanova's code.
Wonderful, you stuck around. Click like if you would like to. I would totally appreciate that. Like, help me grow. Beat 13 subs, yeah? Yeah, anyway, so I've got my artworks on my website. I still haven't upgraded it. This ends up being a total rabbit hole. A very fun one. I love coding. So, I haven't even finished this little series yet. So I'm still coding. Very exciting at the moment. Yeah, check out my website, the boring WordPress version. Yeah, and maybe buy an artwork, look at the artworks, buy me a coffee.
I can't tell if that's like if it's got my initials on purpose, like get started with Vanessa Stefanova's code, or if that's like